Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy, and welcome to a short indie horror game called 19 Line. I found this for free on Itchio, which is a website kind of like Steam where people can post their games. It's usually for indie developers and people from game jams, so a lot of cool stuff there and a lot of not so cool stuff in terms of quality, but this game looked pretty interesting. It has kind of like a PS1 aesthetic, so we're just gonna hop in. Holy lord, that's loud. Is that loud? I think it's loud. It's a little more quiet. So see, it's kind of got this weird, like, my mouse does that thing when I move it, but it's got like a weird, weird aesthetic. That's what I'm trying to say. It was originally in Spanish. Ouch. Okay. Are we gonna be done with the loudness now? Nope. You don't think it's fair. You struggled so long to find your place, to get to where you are now. You've even given up your partner. The subway was your life. Even before reading the spiral-bound books the company gave you for the admission test, you already knew that the complete story of every line in the Buenos Aires subway system. I can turn sound off? I don't want to turn it off, I just want to turn it down. You already knew 2 Line had been the first one, that it was ready in 1912 but wasn't inaugurated until 1913, a prime number. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. You knew there were 2 different theories to explain the names of the lines. Some people believed it was some kind of mathematical mysticism professed by the constructed company's owner. Well, I was going to say it's a Fibonacci, but it's not, so there goes that theory. But there were also those who believed it was a strategy the government was using to compete against more developed countries, to make the local subway network seem larger than it really was. You also knew the 19 Line had been inaugurated in 1951, another prime number, and that the late-night subway service for the 19 had been released in 1973. No relatives or friends of yours worked in the subway system, so the path until you got to drive a unit was a bumpy one. You paid your dues working in every imaginable position for years, and never complained. There was no amount of abuse you wouldn't take to get where you wanted. You were going to be a train operator eventually. It had been your dream ever since you were a kid, the one constant thing in your life. When a train operator position finally opened, and you were informed the night shift of the 19 was yours, you felt all your hard work had paid off. But now that you were a train operator, the others still treated you like you didn't deserve it. 7 months on the job, and you'd never been late to a station or stopped past the door marks on the platform floor. Your performance was impeccable. Was that it? Your fellow train operators believed you were the best student. That hideous reference point against which bosses set the measure for everyone else? You are about to reach the station. You regret that you let all those negative thoughts consume you, instead of enjoying the ride. You'll now have to see their faces. It's only 13 minutes to 1 a.m. Go to the bathroom or go to the common room? Let's check out the common room, I guess. So, in all honesty, besides being full of loud train noises, I have no clue what this game is about. This is going to be a surprise for all of us. It was under the horror tag for Itchio, so I assume something scary is going to happen, but, you know. You wish you've stayed longer in the bathroom, so you don't have to spend so much time in the common room, but you also feel you have to face these situations and try to change things. Okay? Jose, Paco, and Chilo are drinking scotch. Why are the 3 chain operators drinking in the middle of the workday? You feel a pit in your stomach, and your hands start trembling. Paco points to you and asks if you are okay. He calls you kid. He's never called you that. Even though you're almost 40, you don't mind. For the first time, you feel things can change. Paco is like one of the names Spanish textbooks in high school would go to. You'd see a lot of Paco, you'd see a lot of Rosa, you'd see a lot of Pablo. So, I'm very familiar with the name Paco. I think this is Chilo, actually, not Cello, but anyway. Chilo pours a glass of scotch and asks if you want to join them. It is a special night, he says. You approach the table and sit in a chair. Chilo hands you the glass. I'm gonna shake my... Look at these... Are we getting stick bugged? Is that what that is? Those are dinosaurs. I'm gonna shake my head. Jose tells the others he was right. You were... Oh, whoa, I did not know this game had mature language. Anyway, you were a weenie, and you had no business in the 19. You try to say something, but Jose interrupts you and sends you to fetch some and sends you to fetch some water. He gulps down the scotch Chilo had poured for you. You pour yourself a glass of tap water and hear them laugh. You choose not to look at their way to avoid further comments. I think this game has like 13 endings or something, by the way. You spend the following minutes by the sink, going over the emergency procedures in case there is a surprise inspection during the week. Chilo walks up to where you are and starts rinsing his glass. He tells you under his breath to go to the bathroom in a few minutes and lock yourself in a stall. What? 5 minutes later, you are on your way out and hear Jose say your name. You don't get what he says, but it was probably nothing good. You enter the bathroom and lock yourself in a stall. After a while, Chilo comes in and opens the faucet. He stands next to the stall and asks you to understand the guys. They're nervous because today's a very special night for the 19. Let's ask why it's a special night. Chilo asks you to be patient. You'll understand in time. You see Chilo slide something under the door, and he says, "Tonight it is not like any other night. That no matter what happens, you must not to leave the train. And in case there's trouble, there you have a knife." This was translated from Spanish to English, by the way, so I'm reading it as it says. It's not to make fun of the translation. It's just to read what the game says. You want to open the door and ask for an explanation, but Chilo is holding it. As soon as you stop pushing, he tells you to stay calm and wait until he's gone. That even if he wanted to, he wouldn't be able to say much more. You even hear the bathroom door shut. Lift the knife and put it in your pocket. Lift the knife and leave it on the toilet. No, we're going to put it in our pocket. Just want to have one of those things. You walk to the mirror and wash your face. Definitely this is not an ordinary night. You check your watch. You have to start your route again. Alright. Loud train noises. Dinosaurs right here. I'm leaving my cursor in the middle of the screen like a teacher trying to show a YouTube video. Oh! There was a person on the tracks. Real person or fake person? What is it with us in playing scary things that have people on train tracks? The Minecraft map we played had a person. What the heck was that? Where'd all those people come from? You force your way through the crowd and confirm your worst fear. A man's torso lies a few feet from the train. You don't see his legs, but assume they could be between the train and the tracks. Ask for help to move the body, go back to the car. I'm gonna go back to the car. You need to go back to the car and inform that the service should be suspended until the body is removed, and all those people are out of the tracks. I was told not to leave the train, that's why I'm returning to the train car, by the way. This is a first-person segment, I'm not controlling this, by the way. I think it's mostly a click-based game. Oh, that's no good. I think I got hit in the back of the head, and holy lord, what is this game with being loud? You open your eyes and try to understand what you are seeing. It is hard to get used to the light. Somewhere you're walking among all those people. Close your eyes or struggle. Struggling won't do much, but why not? You notice they've been holding you under your armpits. 2 rough movements and you're free. Speed up. What? Are we walking with them? I guess struggling really didn't have much point. Oh! An old man trips and falls on you. His face is haggard and smells of cigarettes. You ask the old man if he's okay, but he doesn't answer. Before you can get up, someone else trips and falls on you too. Let's just get up. You move closer to the wall and manage to free yourself. You get up with the difficulty. More people trip and crush the old man. You scream and ask that somebody help him, but the crowd pushes you forward. You are aware of your racing heart. You can feel your pulse raging in your legs, arms, and chest. You try to calm down and breathe slowly, to not think about what just happened. Once you feel more calm, you become aware of the stench in the tunnels. You look around, but don't recognize the place. You've never seen columns like these, not even in the history books. Where are you? This tunnel you're in right now doesn't belong to the subway network, that you know for sure. You look around and no one is paying attention to you. They just keep walking forward. You are not sure why a smile spreads over your face, reinforcing the void you feel inside. A smile that looks nothing like happiness. You think these people are like the subway. They move forward with overwhelming strength. For a moment, you see the body right before it was hit, and you grab your head. Your legs hurt, but you know you can't stop. You've made this mistake before. You feel something different in the atmosphere. It smells a little like fresh air, and you can see a light far away. A few minutes later, you see a fork in the tunnel. The people before you go left. The wall is closer to them. Oh, so we'd like following this crowd or going off on our own? Well, we already failed to not leave the train, so let's just stick with the people. You turn left and see how the walkers appear to be choosing their places. You think right away about that one time you went with your ex-wife to the Colon Theater, back when she still said "me too" to your "I love yous." The stale odor becomes stronger and brings you back to the present. You have no doubt now. There's a certain rhythm to the terrible things that fill the place. You've walked a little more than a quarter of the terrace circumference when you see people coming your way. You think they might be the ones who turned right at the entrance. Why don't we go ahead and plant our feet? You try to stick a foot between the legs of the person closest to you in the wall. You look at the entrance and see that people are still pouring in. You see them pushing and hear the first screams. But the screams do not come from the people falling. It is the crowd cheering every time someone falls and smashes against the gallery floor. The ones closest to the wall push forward in order to see, and those closest to the edge lose footing and fall. Terrified, you see how your foot approaches the edge and feel a sharp pain in your calf muscle. Unlock your foot from the leg of the person behind you, grab the collar of the person behind you. Let's just unlock our foot. Let's try not to do any grabby grabs. Oh no. Ah! That was a long scream, dog. Oof. The moment you unlock your foot, you feel an instant relief on the muscle, but it doesn't last long. With no firm place to hold on to, you fall towards the gallery and smash into the ground. You look at your legs and see your femur protruding out of your leg. You feel no pain. That's good. You see some giant shapes clash among them and finally understand where the loud noises were coming from. You slowly fall asleep and never wake up. End. 3 out of 7. Huh? Okay, I just moved back to the train car here, which honestly is super loud. I'm gonna turn the sound off. I don't get this game. I'm gonna be honest. I played through a couple more endings besides the one you guys saw, and I don't get it. I just don't. The whole thing is about the train, and then I have not been able to have anything about the train after I go into the bathroom. Like, it all becomes just like a weird walking thing. So I think I'm done playing this game. I'll have a link to the Itchio page if you want to check it out yourself. As I said, there are 7 endings, and I only got like 3 of them. So maybe there's an ending that makes everything make sense. But honestly, this game doesn't seem... Maybe it's based on like a Spanish legend or something that you need to have like that cultural background to understand, because I personally have no clue what this game is about. So yeah, that's gonna do it all for now though. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe and tell your friends about the channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me. You can spread my videos around. I'll catch you all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.